Main tanks require the most amount of social interaction you'll ever see, but they're also just complete dog shit at it. Like, absolutely terrible at interacting with people. It's sort of like watching a puppy eat, like, a shit ton of treats, fully well knowing that in like 2 to 3 hours it's gonna get massive diarrhea. But the puppy has no idea how bad it's making things. It's like you're just sitting there watching the dog. You know you shouldn't eat that. That always makes you sick. Every time you do this, you puke. You don't need to mention Garfield Eats again. Hey, bad dog. No. Please stop. You're scaring away the hit scan players. Hey, stop eating your shoes. I'm begging you not to talk about the French Revolution for 1 minute. And watching a main tank interact with somebody or like try to flirt with somebody is kind of like watching somebody break up with their girlfriend on an international flight. It's like absolutely terrible. Like, you don't want to watch it. There's a part of you that just can't look away. I feel like every off tank I've talked to has been the most likely to be in a stable relationship with somebody, but also the most likely to absolutely go in on some random Masters player that's just trying their best. An absolute Jekyll and Hyde situation where 1 minute they're buying their girlfriend a $50 steak and the next minute they're calling somebody a racial slur. But they also haven't told their girlfriend they love them since like the summer of 2017 when they cheated on her with a dude from Waze. This sounds really oddly specific, and I promise you, I've never dated an off-tank player. If you ever try to date a flex support player, just know that they will never love you as much as they love anime. The fact that a flex DPS player is even dating somebody is without a shadow of a doubt just a reference to their favorite anime, where the main characters have breasts the size of the screen and the only thing you can see is their hair color and their toes. Yeah, I said toes. If you're a flex DPS, you're into toes. Just admit it. Like, they're not dating you for you. They're dating you because the main character in some obscure anime also dated somebody that looked kind of like you, and they're just doing it as sort of like a referential thing. I don't think it's possible for a hit scan DPS player to keep themselves sane. There's only so many hours you can play Kovacs and not have your brain turn into sort of a tofu mush. One time I played Kovacs for like an hour and I forgot my own name, but somehow despite all of this, every hit scan player has a harem of women that they think they're carrying to a higher SR, but in actuality, these hit scan players can't exist without a hard pocket. Yeah, that's right, hit scans are bottoms. Fight me. Flex support players spin a wheel every 15 minutes to decide whether or not they should have a personality. And if that wheel lands on personality, then they have the absolute most guttural, primal, concentrated version of their personality for like 10 seconds, and then are completely silent for the rest of the day. It's like when you bite into a lukewarm Hot Pocket and you expect sort of this like cold, bland snack that's like, all right, and then suddenly you're just greeted with like this molten core on the inside. And you've had like 3-4 other Hot Pockets and they've all been fine, they've all been good. You've been good for like 20 minutes snacking, but suddenly, all of a sudden you have 3rd-degree burns in your mouth, you're calling the fucking fire department, you need the police, you need the fucking mercy res, and then like 30 seconds later it's just completely gone without a trace. You could have imagined the whole thing. You don't know. That's the personality of a flex support. You'd think that the two types of main support players would be the Mercy mains or the Lucio mains, but it's actually just the meme posts on Twitter or the ass posts on Twitter. And for the record, this goes for both genders. You know damn well that Swimmer would be posting ass pics if he could. And that's because the Overwatch community as a whole is probably the horniest community out there. That's gonna be it, folks. I'd like to ask you to remember to subscribe and follow the Twitter.
Follow the Twitter, retweet, like, all that shit for more good content, okay? Please.